Alrighty, we are rolling, man. Sharp Customs. Normally we put one out Sunday night. I think we did one Saturday. So we kind of skipped Sunday night. We skipped Monday night because, Johnny didn't have a game plan. No, we were just busy doing other stuff, man. And yeah, we could have videotaped some of that stuff, but, don't want to bore you guys to death. But, so tonight, Tuesday night, here in Southern Ontario, we just got like a crap ton of snow dumped on us just in the past, end of the week, over the period of the weekend. It was like, yeah, got a snowblower. I tend not to shovel snow. I try my hardest not to shovel snow. But we got so much, it was like, okay, dig out the goddamn snowblower, bring it in here, thaw it out, and it needs a lot of TLC. That's all I'm gonna say. But, it did the trick. You had to muscle it around a bit. It didn't want to go in reverse. I don't know what that's all about. I'm not a snowblower repairman. I know a lot about that mechanical stuff, though. It's pretty simple. But, so anyhow, let's move on. Let's move on. Beyond the snow. Oh, yeah, and tonight, I had to add this. It is bitter cold out there. It's like the, nose hair freeze bitter type of cold. We've got it very comfortable in here, but as you can see, I got a wheelbarrow. Yeah, I get that. I got a wheelbarrow full of water, and it's cold. And I actually put a liner in this wheelbarrow because the first go around, I filled it up with snow from right outside the door here. And we just kind of let it, do its thing, melting the snow. Like, why? I don't have my garden hose hooked up, man. It's winter time. I needed some water for this project I got going that you're going to actually get to see tonight. I needed some water. That's what I need. I needed some water, and I thought, well, I might as well just melt snow, But the wheelbarrow leaked, so I had to dump all the snow out and put a plastic liner in it and put more snow in it and kind of repeat the process. I did put a couple buckets of warm water in there to help the process along. But anyhow, what this video is mostly about is we're still in the quarter scale round, but jet boats. I used to be into gas boats big time. I like prop boats. I like the tunnel hauls, the cats, the cracker boxes. Jet boats was always one of my first kind of go-to. That was yeah. So after I built this giant monster truck, it was huge, man. Had like a 3-horse Tecumseh snow shovel engine, belt driven, blah, blah, blah. It was like, I need to tow something behind it. And I used to love watching those, the jet boat sprint races, around the courses. And I was like, I'm going to make me one of them boats. And trust me, my first one that I ever built, what a piece of crap that was, man. Made of 1/2-inch plywood, some aluminum and some duct tape, and oh yeah, it was just the cool factor though is the jet pump I made actually pushed it along, maybe only 5 miles an hour, but it pushed it, so that was kind of a plus. That pump resides in this boat. So this boat here, somebody wanted to see this. This is all by request. That's what I'm going to tell you. This video is all by request. They wanted to see my jet boats. And we had the jet boats in previous videos. So this jet pump here, it started out as a block 8-inch by 4-inch by 4-inch block of nylon. And over the years it got carved down and carved down. And yeah, I know it looks pretty freaking ugly looking, but it's got resin and stuff on it to kind of glue it into the hull of this boat. This boat started out as a wooden built. I used to buy door skin, mahogany door skin. Yeah, honey, the table moves. Yeah, 1/8 mahogany door skin, and that's what I used to build on my. I started out. Cracker boxes were kind of my thing in the beginning of the prop boats, because the jet boat thing kind of went by the wayside. It was like, yeah, the jet pump worked and everything, but it just wasn't fast. Always wanted to get me one of those swash drives, from New Zealand, and now that's transferred over to Jet Tech, and yeah, I can't afford that crap, man. $2,000 for a pump and an aluminum hull. Yeah, forget about it. So, when somebody actually requested that they wanted to see this one, so I'm going to put my glasses on because I took the liberty of undoing the bits and pieces. So we take the drive off. Oh, check the drive out. A lot of quarter scale guys, they'll recognize this. It's like a dog bone. Yeah, that was my drive on my jet pump. Had a coupler that went on there to the Zenoah engine. And yeah, I made that. Made that drive, welded it to this little piece with a set screw. This, not 100% sure what. So the turning nozzle, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure. I think this is a couple of pieces of ABS black pipe that I glued together. Probably, yeah, this trust me, it's old. It's very old. It's very old. But hey, it worked. Look at the inside. Look at the stator. So this is a stator. And this is actually, it's got a bearing in it. That's actually made from polyester resin. That was cast out of polyester resin. Just slips in there. Well, it's supposed to slip in there. But anyhow, yeah, it slips in there and it holds the end of the shaft and straightens the water out, as the impeller is pushing it out. Now we're going to pull the shaft out too, if I can. There we go. So there's the impeller. So I've done many different impellers over the years. I've had 3D printed stuff you saw with my orange jet boat. That was a 3D printed pump. We'll look at that in a second. We're not going to go too far into detail. This was the impeller that came with it. It's actually pretty nice. It's a really nice screw. This one was very aggressive. You could run it probably with an electric setup. I ended up buying this 5-blade, and it was plastic, and I took it and I cast it in plaster of Paris, as you can see. Now it's not going to fit in there. There was a top also, and I made aluminum ones. This one actually, you know what? It doesn't have a wicked pitch on it, but it worked. It worked awesome. This little boat probably, I don't know, maybe 35, 40 miles an hour. It's not much to it though, It's wood. I also used one of these, and I cast out aluminum ones. Even did a two-blader, and I actually used, believe it or not, I used actual boat propellers in these, jet pump housings. I tried like just the 2- and 3-blade regular propellers, and I got good results with everything. Now this orange one, I'm not going to take this one apart, but this one was a 3D print that I had done, I I bought it. You know, I bought the file. I sent the file somewhere. They printed it to me. I did change some stuff because the stator blew apart. The impeller blew apart. It couldn't handle, you know, gas. And I was only running like a clutch home light in this one. This actual boat I would like to clean up and maybe one day make a mold of it and, you know, create some more jet pumps. This one has a metal, it's got a metal stator in it. Just basically a bullet with some sheet metal tack welded to it. And it's got the same prop or the same impeller as what the green one has, this one here. And this thing, yeah, not so fast, but fun little boat, like to bomb up and down, you know, the creeks and the rivers and stuff like that. Nice and light. You know, that one I ran a air-cooled home light in. And yeah, we've talked about that one. So now we're gonna jump over. I'm gonna set this one. I'm gonna set this one on the floor also. And we're gonna jump over to something I just printed out last night. And kind of assembled it today. Here we have you can get this off Thingiverse, this file. I'm not sure about these impellers. They give you two style impellers. This was about a 15-hour, you know, all the bits and pieces that, you know, the stator, spacer, the nozzle, the two impellers, the chamber or carcass, whatever you want to call it. Couple little spacer washers. But yeah, about 15 hours on my printer, which I thought was pretty good because I went back today and I watched the YouTube video of the guy who made a surfboard with two of these, and he said that each one of these took like 16 hours on his. That was an old bed slinger, Ender 3. So 8 hours just for that piece. What we're going to do, I'm going to quickly assemble this, and that is what the wheelbarrow full of water is for. We're going to open up the door and we're going to test this. I have yet to test this, so it could be a total fail. I want to see how the impeller, I'm not sure, it's very little pitch on this impeller. Now watching the guy's YouTube video, I'm not sure what speed he was doing, but you know, that's the cool part of these experiments. So I had to, as you can see, I put inserts in here, and you can get these things for 3D printing. They're called hot melt inserts. Well, you know what? I'm new to 3D printing. I have these ones. These are like a industrial, you know, workplace type insert, and I just use these ones. And the cool thing about these ones is you drill and you tap your holes, you thread this in, and then you pound down on, see these two little spiky things? Yeah, you pound those down in there, and that's what actually locks the insert into place. So yeah, took the time today, did that. Put a couple inserts in the pre-nozzle. I say we slap this thing together. I already know how it all goes together. It's pretty simple. We'll these spacers, I should have a seal or some type of packing in there so that the water can't, you know, come back out the shaft. Oh yeah, that was another thing. I have a hollow stainless tube shaft. This impeller just has, I drilled and tapped, and I just put a set screw to hold it on there. But this is actually hollow piece of stainless. You can see it did not machine very nice. But hey, it did the trick. Oh, another thing I gotta say, the bearings for this whole setup in here and in here, skateboard wheels. Like, how cool is that, man? Skateboard. You got an old skateboard, just rip the wheels off it, snag the bearings. You got your bearings, you know. The shaft was 310 thou is what I had to turn it down to. Yeah, wish I could have did a little better job on the shaft. But all this stuff prints out with all the holes. These are a little sketchy because they're not very deep. I tapped them out with a 6 mil. I would probably Loctite them in. If I was going to put this in a boat, I would Loctite them in. Maybe maybe make this little bearing retainer just a wee bit thinner. I made it 5 mil. It was actually set for 3 mil. On Thingiverse, this whole file, I did not change anything. I just printed it. I did thicken up the walls. I went to 10 shell on the wall thickness because, like I say, I've had a 3D printed pump before, and it actually cracked in here. But it was probably only 2 millimeter thick. This one's 5 millimeter thick. This wall thickness, and I left that setting. I left that setting on everything. Just wanted it all thick because my plan is to. I don't know why that's going in there so deep. Never went in there that deep before. I think we'll be okay. So, this piece here is also a retainer for this bearing. Now, I'm not going to pull this bearing out, but behind this bearing, I got a 7 millimeter little plastic washer, just to kind of hold it in place. So hopefully, yeah. See, look, I put a couple of little magic marker marks there, eh? So, so I'd remember, because it doesn't line up everywhere, eh? On the holes, it's weird. See, everything's offset. It's kind of like a one-way fit, which you know, if I could give the dude who made it, you know, if I could say, like, why didn't you make everything uniform? I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, let's slap this together because that's what everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see this thing push some water. I want to see this thing push some water. I'm only going to put two. I'm going to put 2 bolts just to hold this nozzle on. And I might not even put the secondary nozzle, which is what would steer the jet pump. Maybe we'll just fire water out of it. What do you think? We just fire the water out of it. I'm just going to use a cordless drill. It's a brushless cordless drill. It's pretty stout. There we go. Nice. Spins pretty free. I don't think we need this. So that's so you put your crossbar for your steering. Like I said, I've got the inserts on there. This opening right here, you put a nipple in there, and that's actually to, if you wanted to, say, cool a marine gas engine, that's your outlet. If you wanted to cool an electric motor, that's your outlet. And I think this is pretty big, and I find it doesn't turn much, but I figured out how you could get it to turn more. You could actually cut some of this nozzle right here. You know, you got a long way to go. I mean, you could take off as much of this as you want because that's where it's hitting. That's where it's hitting. See, it's hitting inside there. So you could take some of that inner nozzle off and you get a tighter turning radius. I say I'm gonna grab the cordless drill and I'm gonna open up the garage door and we're gonna freeze our asses off, but we're gonna do this because we want to see this. Old DeWalt here. I'm gonna lock her on. We got her on high speed, and I said let's just go for it. Now brushless motors, as far as I know, they don't like water. So I'm gonna try and keep the drill out of the water. Well, let's see what happens. That's all I gotta say. Okay, well that's not impressive. That ain't doing shit. Maybe the drill isn't just fast enough. I thought it would have way more thrust than that. Maybe the motor, maybe the drill just isn't fast enough. Yeah. Okay. Close the door. I don't know. So, that didn't impress me much. So, all that time I spent, yeah, I'm going to say impeller. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say the impeller does not, I wish. So that's 54 millimeter. Oh, there you can see I wrote it right on it. That's 60 millimeter. It would be very interesting to slap one of these onto that shaft and, you know, see if the more aggressive, because I just think that this is not an aggressive, you know, it's not, you know, these things might as well be straight. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh man, I was expecting way more. That's all I gotta say. I was expecting way more. I was expecting that thing to fire water. Put it this way, one of my jet pumps with this impeller, I know right now, it would have fired the water out of that wheelbarrow. Not a problem. So, yeah, I don't. Fit, man. Oh, if we could just get this drill to fit on there. What the heck? Damn roll cage is in the way. Who built this thing? There, I got an idea. I got 5 more minutes in me, man. I got 5 more minutes in me. If we can do this. Oh. If we can get this. If we can get this thing. Oh, it doesn't want to come off. Wow, those set screws are on there. Wow. I think I might have had some special. Oh, there we got one set screw. Maybe the other one won't be so hard. Yeah, that yeah, all I did there was wow, what a bust, you know. I don't give up. My mom never raised no quitter. That's all I gotta say. If I gotta take this roll bar out piece by piece, just to, it's an old boat. Like I say, I only wanna work the hull. Okay, it's, some of the stuff is like, wow. Yeah, call me an animal, call me what you want, but when I get something in my mind, and I know for a fact that this thing was just Gorilla Glued in there, and if I gotta break this roll cage to get it out of there, that's okay. You know why? Because I made this one, I can make another one. There we go. We got that roll cage out. Let's put the drill on here. Let's try this pump. I'm so curious now. Maybe it's the drill. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Maybe we can get the boat in here. Okay, maybe it's the drill. I'm gonna say the drill. This isn't fast enough. Yeah, I'm gonna say the drill isn't fast enough. That's gonna be my theory. Because I had this thing running, I got an old video of this boat with a home line in my swimming pool, just doing donuts. And trust me, it was thrusting water way better than that. I'm gonna say this thing, yeah, this thing sucks. It just doesn't have the RPM to get us where we want to be. So, I guess that's gonna call for another video on this. Maybe I'm gonna have to hook a 2-stroke engine up to this, because the whole idea is to see if the impeller survives the torque from a 2-stroke. Maybe that new hot rod motor I got, maybe we'll use that. Maybe we'll get that, you know, maybe I'll just keep this bucket of water in here, and because I'm curious. I know for a fact this thing performs better. But there you go, man. Something different from Sharp Customs, talking about jet boats and jet pumps and 3D printing one out. You know, pretty quick, threw it together pretty fast. And yeah, share, like, subscribe. Some more content for y'all. And love you all. Peace. I'm out.